Hey guys, I'm really disappointed in some of you. Most of you, the majority of you guys have been so incredible. So I hate for you to have to even listen to this at all. It's just like a couple of people really sour everything for everybody because, because if one or two people make a certain comment or whatever, now it needs to get discussed because we apparently need reminding not to be judgmental and jump to conclusions. So, you guys, the whole meaning of what we're going through in our world right now, all of it is so we become more loving people. So we start to see ourselves, so we can start to be more self-aware, so we can heal our wounds. Cover your ears, anybody who cannot hear swear words. Political correctness is bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. See through what these guys have been trying to do to divide us, you guys. Stop getting all persnickety and getting all triggered so damn easily about anything. It's like, I know the energies right now is that we're purging some deep stuff. So you guys should know that. Part of the reason you might be getting all persnickety in particular and getting your hackles up is because we are going through some serious shifts right now, but you guys have to lighten up. It is really important right now. We're dumping this shit, okay? If you start judging anybody or pointing a finger or saying somebody should say something a certain way, then you need to stop yourself and go to the mirror and see what's going on is exactly what you need to do. And you do not make a comment on somebody's channel about you being particular and uncomfortable about something that they're doing. Okay? If you don't like watching me, go away. And I mean that. If you don't like me as I am and what I'm doing, you don't have to be here. You have every right to go somewhere else. Don't try to change other people, you guys. Everybody stop trying to change anybody. If they don't fit for you, if you don't like whatever they're doing or whatever, get out of there. Quit trying to put a square peg in a round hole. Sometimes I don't say the right thing. I had a mini stroke years ago, where one day I was very eloquent in everything that I said. And one day I woke up and I was stuttering over words and trying to having a hard time trying to come up with the words to say sometimes. When I'm channeling, things just come flying out of my mouth. Offer some grace to people, okay? See through, see between the lines. And most of you, I hate even for the rest of you to even be listening to this right now. Most of you are kind, loving, and gracious. You guys are so beautiful. And most of you, through any kind of the bumps that have gone through, like in the last few months, have been so beautiful about everything. I'm not speaking to you guys. You guys have learned this lesson. But apparently there are still some people who are being particular about certain things. Okay. Somebody got all offended that I talked about the gay people in my sex talk, saying that something about them being ruined or them ruining things or whatever. It's like, come on. You guys know I don't judge anybody. I have like transgender people, and I've got like people who are into like S&M, people who are like, you wouldn't believe the stuff that I hear all the time with absolutely no judgment. If you know me, you know that there was no judgment behind that. Gosh, geez, you guys. If I would have watched that video when I was a gay person, here's the maturity level I'm at. No matter who was saying it to me or what was being said or whatever, I would have been like, oh, that's really interesting. That makes a lot of sense. Huh? Yeah. And then she mentions that you need to have penetration. So maybe when I'm masturbating, I need to use some penetration, or maybe me and my partner need to at least have that going on. Because Amy's all about love, and she's not judging us and saying we shouldn't be together, obviously, or that something's wrong with us. aside from your DNA being tampered with, but we've all been messed with this way. You think you're the only one? You think I was picking on you? That's because you're being triggered. That's because you're unhealed. That's because you have work to do on yourself. If anybody gets offended by anything anybody's doing, that's your problem, not the person who said it. The person who said it was sent by God to be a glorious angel who came down to you and said, get triggered. And then you're like, something unhealed in me, something unhealed in me, but it's an incredible opportunity. That's exactly, it's a blessing. It's the biggest blessing ever when somebody makes you mad and you feel like lashing out or whatever. And, look at the heart of somebody. Try to feel them out intuitively. Where are they really coming from? Did I look like I was lashing out at gay people? Come on. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy with these people. We have to stop judging. Another thing you guys have been judging. Oh, it's so great to see your face again. Finally, dude, I've been showing my face for weeks now. But you know what? But I disappeared for a while because I didn't like it. It wasn't the same without your face. Don't you get? And they thought I was doing something particular. Like I just didn't feel like being on the video anymore. So I just thought I'd just be picky and just like, how about trying to have some grace and say, oh, this is interesting. This is different. She must have a really good reason she's doing this, and not have to know the answer and be all like nosy about it. Well, I wonder why she's doing that. I wonder why she's not on video anymore. And I wonder what I can do. Well, I don't like it. I'm just going to and maybe writing an email. I hope you're okay, Amy. Some of you did that. I hope you're okay. I'm completely fine. I'm totally happy. However you show your videos. I love you guys for that. There were a few of you who like really showed some beautiful support at that time. And for what I was going through, you guys know how much I love engaging with you. You know that I love getting on these videos and making these videos for you with my face. You know how much I love it because I do it all the time. If I'm not doing it, I had a damn good reason. And some of you knew that. Some of you were like, wow. Well, and there are a lot of tarot readers, by the way, who never show their face. You're only judging me because I've shown my face. Now you know it. Now you want to see it, I guess. So, but for God's sake, we need to learn how to be more gracious. We need to learn how to not judge people for what they're doing and just have an open heart and an open mind, which I talk about all the time, Assume I've got a good reason for doing the things that I do and offer up some grace and love. How about that? If you guys had any idea what I went through during that time and that decision, and I talk to God about every single thing that I do. So maybe part of it is to show some of your guys' ugly side to me. So I know what you're really made of. Seriously, it's like, or how fickle certain people can be, that they stop following you over something so stupid. It's all with reason. It's all being divinely orchestrated and guided. I completely trust that. And I know that. And I'm happy to have people happy to have people leave who are going to act like that. You know what I mean? Whoever that was who said that, whoever made the comment the other day about how they were kind of put off by it. Who are you? Like, how are you behaving in life? How are you showing up for other people? That you would be that, that you'd be that way with me, when all I've done is try to help you to grow and learn and love. All of a sudden I don't show my face and you're just out of there. Gosh, you guys, I had a stack of boxes in my place. I knew I had to leave, and I had to leave quick. And I had a bunch of boxes packed up everywhere, and my shit was everywhere and strewn everywhere. It was no longer, the background that was in none of my rooms. Okay. None of them were appropriate for filming videos. And God said, take the time to get off camera. And like I said, now I'm seeing all this. So I understand. He wanted me to understand certain things about how fickle you guys can be and whatnot. there, like I said, there's always a reason for it. And I ended up learning a lot from that experience. I learned some editing skills. You know, I had to get creative. I still wanted to show up for you guys. Do you know what it took for me to even continue with you? Even though I wasn't on video, my heart was still helping you guys and pouring out to you guys, despite the pain and the anguish I was in and the stress that I was going through in the middle of this move. I had skin cancer attacking my face and my neck. I got bullet holes along my chest. These are scars. I've had massive, massive scars, like right here. There's one on this side, all up and down my neck. That my back is just as bad as that. It's all over back there. But this looks pretty. I mean, seriously, you guys, I looked like Freddy Krueger at the time. I was being attacked by nanobots and black magic. So I got the hell out of there. And I needed to, and everything was in disarray. So have some compassion and realize that people do things for a reason, and you don't have to freaking know what's going on. Okay. You got to just let somebody get through what they got to get through and get on their feet and get solid again, and then show up for you. I was a trooper and I was a warrior through that time. I was an example to you guys. You still keep showing up. You got to do what you got to do. And I even put out a video explaining why I was hiding myself. And I told you some of these things in a more vague way. So cut people slack, you guys. Stop judging. Start looking at yourself, because if you don't, you're going to be going through some shit. Our world is evolving. We're going into the new earth, and we are becoming more loving, compassionate people who look at ourselves, who are becoming more self-aware. And if you're not on board with that, if you're not growing, if you're not just looking at yourself, not looking at other people. If I ever see if I'm watching somebody and I don't like what they're doing or whatever, I assume the best, not the worst. I'll either reach out to them privately and just be like, if there's anything I can do, if I would have seen that same thing, I would have said, is there anything that I can do for you? If so, just let me know. And if not, and if you don't feel, like reaching out back, just know that I love you, I support you, and I'm here for you. If you need me, give me a call. And I would have kept watching. I would have kept watching to show my loyalty. I would have kept watching to see what was at the other side of it. I would have listened for the information because I'm interested in growing and learning. I would have appreciated that they didn't just stop their channel altogether, that they kept going. And I would write the best comments I could underneath to encourage the person for doing it. That's what I would have done. And if I got upset with the person and I was like, if I would have been like, well, what the heck is this about? Well, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Then I would have done Byron Katie's work. I would have put in a debt on paper. I'm upset that they don't do this, that, and the other thing. I'm mad that they don't, and I would work it out within me. I wouldn't put a comment under their video. It was disconcerting. What you did was disconcerting. Do you know what disconcerting is? Disconcerting is having people like you make comments like that after all the hell I just went through and not show any compassion. That's what's just disconcerting. Disconcerting is like being totally dedicated to gay people and everybody in every race and everywhere, all around the world, with every accent you can possibly think of, and trying my damnedest to try to understand everybody and to try to connect heart to heart with everybody everywhere, no matter what kind of lifestyle you're living, just to have somebody get all offended and get their feathers ruffled over something so stupid. There are a lot of truths that we are going to find out in our world going forward, and a lot of it is going to piss you the F off. But deal with it. Look at it. Change your perspective on it. Support yourself. Don't act like a victim of somebody and what somebody else said or what somebody else did. Look at it for yourself. Heal. take a look at think about how did you respond to me when you went through all that? How did you think when you were watching certain things in the video you didn't agree with? And what did you do about it? This is a really good lesson and a really good reminder, I think. I would love to hear the comments beneath this video once it's up and once we're done with the preview, whatever, premiere. Let me know what you thought and how you processed it so I can be proud of you, because most of you did a phenomenal job. Most of you have been incredible, and good job. Good job, those of you who stood by my side no matter what and showed up week after week, even when it didn't look like it used to look, and now I'm back. Trust life. Trust that everything's always working out. Things change. People grow. We're learning truths that are shocking and very upsetting. There's no judgment. There's no judgment here. You guys can all come to me and know that I have your back unbiasedly. So I just wanted to say that. So I'm getting a little bit tired of hearing people get so excited that I'm showing my face again when it's been weeks that I've been back showing my face again. And you guys just have no idea what I went through. I mean, I appreciate that you like my face. I mean, I do. I appreciate that. But if you trust me, and if you know what I'm about on this channel, then nothing should be ever disconcerting or offensive about what I do. That means you're new, or it means you're just a judgmental person who needs to work on yourself and your healing. So have a sense of humor, lighten up, have a laugh at things. Don't take things so damn seriously. Oh my gosh. All right. So we're going to start. All right. 3671. 3671. Now, just for those of you who need reminding of this, is we are not doing initials anymore. We are doing order numbers. So, okay. Hi, Amy. Will my daughter get the job at Grant's farm? She had the interview on Saturday. I just got a yes. I think she's like a second runner up. I think they're thinking of somebody else as well. They may decide to hire them both. Yeah, I think something like that. Like they may be creating another position or something because they like them both a lot. I feel like pulling some angel cards. Not a perfect person, you guys. I don't want to be a perfect person. That's what gives me flavor. That's what gives me a personality. If you believe you've got it, you got it. Or your daughter, tell her to believe. Tell her to thank God for it already. Thank you guys so much that I got this incredible job. Or she could be even more general, so she covers a bunch of different places she's applied for. Thank you, God, so much that you brought me the perfect job for me. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get started. I'm so relieved that I didn't have to wait too long. I always know you'll show up for me at the perfect time. Thank you so much. So, yes, she got it. If you believe. If you believe. Now, again, this is another reminder for you guys. When I do my remote readings with you and I predict certain things for you, and shoot, this applies to the collective for that matter as well. Whatever I predict for you will only happen if you follow my advice. So Spirit tells you what you need to do and then tells you what will happen if you do, okay? So you can't just sit there and be lazy and not do the homework part and then expect to get the same results. Or be skeptical and cross your arms, because that's an energy that puts off too. It's like, no, I don't want that. So you know, if you're skeptical and things like, I don't get skeptical people very often. So let's not even worry about the skeptical people. But, you know, there are certain energies that push that kind of stuff away. So I'm just saying, you do have to believe. You have to believe, and you got to do the homework. And I'm not giving her homework. I'm just saying, Spirit just had me say that, okay? Miracles are headed your way soon, so hang tight, stay positive, and keep your thoughts on what you'd like to see show up in your world, because you'll be crying happy tears. So really good things are coming for your daughter. All right. So, she just said, I'm so glad you asked. So she appreciates it. I don't know why she didn't ask, but you know, that's great. Okay. 3672. I healed myself from breast and lung cancer and Lyme disease. Holy cow, how did you do that? Please share with us in the comments below. That'd be amazing. My ex left 12 years ago, and I have forced, hang on, wait, let me go back a little bit to just tell you guys how I healed all this. So, and that might have to, okay, I'll just share this with you. They're saying, go ahead. So I went through a process of having to even let go of being attractive anymore, because I was thinking this could be quite permanent and it was going to be quite ugly. And I didn't know if I would ever be able to get back on my channel again. And I'm going to try to show some of the footage along with this so that you can see just how bad it was. I was devastated. And I didn't know what to do, and I was panicked a little bit. And then I had to compose myself, and it was in waves. I mean, it was over a span of months. Last Christmas was the worst. So it went for a long time, and you would get one of these sores, and you would I went all natural. So you put black salve on it, and then it basically just causes a scab, and then the scab eventually, and it takes a long time, the scab starts to form it grabs the C word. And when you pick it, it comes out with the C word. So then you have a big hole in your face, and it takes weeks for the hole to fill. And no matter how hard you try to make it heal right, it still creates some kind of it goes the opposite way. So it makes it makes a bump. So it was a good natural way to go about it, but there were moments when I was pretty I don't know. I mean, they were coming at a pace that was comfortable for a while, but then it was like I think one day I turned around and there were 50 new ones, 50 new sores. And I was just like, I felt a bit defeated, you guys. I felt a bit defeated. I was crying. I couldn't sleep. It was so painful. Like when my whole neck was full of sores. Oh my gosh, you guys. It was one of the worst things I've ever been through. However, I gave it healing energy, used the black salve. I fought a really good fight. Then on the very tail end of it, I found the anti-aging bed company, antiagingbed.com. I got one of their bio shields and happened to just feel intuitively like placing it on one of my sores, and the sore disappeared. And so I placed it on another sore, and the sore disappeared. Not the scars, but they come as like little pimples. They look like little pimples that are coming. And I would just place the bio shield. It's a cloth. I'll show you. I have one under my feet right now just to keep me grounded. So it's very flexible, really comfortable, and thin. You just plug it in, and it just grounds you, and it's silver. So silver is amazing right now, right? So anyway, I just started to put it on my sores, and the skin cancer is completely gone now. I mean, if anything kind of pimple or anything comes up, I just put it on there and it's gone. So it's been pretty miraculous, and totally over it now. But it was, I was getting attacked pretty hard, but I never went to a doctor. I never went to anybody for it. I handled it on my own, as we all should right now. If you can, try to find a natural remedy for it. And people who've been through it before too. I had a friend of mine kind of coach me through it who had been through it herself. And she, like, at the very worst of it, I showed her a video and I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was like, it hurts so bad. And it's like, there's sores all over and everything. And then I sent it to her and she just looks at it. She sends a message back. She goes, it looks beautiful. It's perfect. It's healing so nicely. That looks great. I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. Because I didn't know, I've never seen anything look so horrific in my life. But she had seen worse. She had seen it look pretty damn bad for her. And it was one of those moments where I was like, oh, okay, all right, okay, I can do this. You know, she's seen worse. So, okay. Anyway, so we can all heal ourselves, however that is, whether you're using, and I was using all of it. I had the big guns out for all of it. I had to go out in public once and I felt like a leper and people were like looking at me and having conversations like, what is that? What's going on over there? Like, what does she have? Like, what is that? I was like, oh Lord. Anyway, okay, so you healed yourself. Good for you. That is freaking awesome. Again, I would love to hear how. My ex left 12 years ago, and why I say it was the nanobots too is that the nanobots go after pre-existing conditions and flare them up big time. So that's what's happening to a lot of you as well. I've been hearing reports of people's cancer coming back and all kinds of things. Before this happened, before that attack, I had only had one little piece of cancer in my butt, in my tail, right next to my tailbone. So a lot of you guys were here for that too. And it was quite funny. There was a funny story behind it and everything. And back then I actually went to a doctor and had it surgically removed. So, and the doctor and I were just laughing our butts off. Anyway, so I was really challenged in my faith to go through and do it all myself and not fear death, you know. Especially when I had like 50 breakout in a day. I was like, I don't know if I can go on. I don't think I can handle this anymore. I can't, you know, months of it. It was too much, you know, but after that, it started to break. After that, it started to go away. And God told me, you're purging, Amy. You're at the tail end of this. It's just the last little bit of it that's just purging right now. It's good. It's coming out, you know? And I was like, okay, okay. You know, and there's so much energetically we don't know about too, is that as the planet is ascending, it's like it's shaking us up from our core, you know, like I was talking about at the beginning, like getting triggered and stuff on all kinds of things. Whatever your issue is, whether it's a mental health issue or it's a medical problem or a, you know, physical thing or whatever it is, it's going to get shaken up right now so that it bubbles up and comes to the surface, you know, like burping a baby. We're little babies getting burped. That's what's going on right now. That's the stage we're at in our new earth. We're getting burped. We're little babies just getting burped. You know, so I mean, that's really all that it is. When you see things from the bigger picture, it was important for me to go through, and I learned a hell of a lot about the C word. So and I've been able to help so many of you who've come to me for the same thing. I'm like, do not go get a mammogram. It will give you breast cancer. You know, it will give it to you. The chemo will kill you. You would be so much better just doing it naturally. And there's Zenith Herbal is the company where you get the black savvy. You take that internally and it'll kill cancer that's inside too. And I've said the C word twice now, so oh well. Anyway, so my ex left 12 years ago and I have focused on putting my life back together after divorce, bankruptcy, and foreclosure. Yet I'm having a hard time attracting a true love. Okay. What do you see in the cards for me? Ha'amana sase. Hela na shikins. Hipim puma ana taiken. Well, you do have a true love coming, but I feel like there's more healing for you to be doing. You know, actually, I just got that, and I know I repeat myself a lot on here for those of you who like watch the premiere and stuff or watch the whole program. I repeat myself a lot, but it's because some of you just go straight to your reading and you don't even bother to look at the other ones. So I have to say this stuff over and over, and trust me, people, spirit, I'm not just like, spouting stuff off just to say it because I believe in it or necessarily. So, I just saw the word misery in my mind, and spirit's telling me to prompt him to do the thank you God for my misery. Okay. So if they don't tell me to do that, then I don't do that. And if they tell me to do that, I do that. It works like that. So it's not that I'm just repeating myself just for the hell of it. And I'm getting a fairy in my ear. Tell them what? Now they're getting shy. You can tell me. Hang on. Um, 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 um. Okay. She's talking about like talking to the okay. So do the thank you God for my misery exercise, but also okay. She's talking about like talking to your cells, like is that how you healed yourself? Maybe is talking to your cells in your body, because your cells really listen. It's like your cells are also like little children. Um, Something about, you remember in the sex talk how I said your hands are like totally autonomous? I mean, they're I don't know if autonomous is the right word, but in each of your hands and each of your feet, in your eyes and in your ears and on your penis and on your vagina or on the lips, there are like all these like pressure points and things for all your organs. It's probably other things too, but um something about how amazing or what a miracle it is that everything works as it's like this is a country, these are many countries, we're made up of many countries almost, there's something about there or something to that it like to be holistic, something about being holistic. um okay. And it repeats, something about a repeat pattern, like when we, how we work on ourselves and it starts to ripple out to everybody else. She's like nodding yes, yes, emphatically. So the more that we heal ourselves and the more that we do this kind of healing, what is that? Oh, this lighting is so weird. What's back there? Oh, that's funny. That's an ironing board. I was moving stuff around and I've got like, I'm organizing some boxes over here and stuff. So I moved the ironing board over there. I didn't even notice it till now. That's hilarious. Somebody, it's just symbolic of us needing to iron some things out, I guess. I've never used it. So, well, maybe it wanted some attention. It's like, I never get any attention. That's cute. Okay, so thank you. In terms of you getting your life back on track and everything, yeah, I think doing the thank you God for my misery exercise is really going to be helpful to you. So take a look at all the different things that you felt were bad, that weren't fair, or that you felt a victim to, or that any of that. Like, thank you God that I went through a divorce, and then you list 10 to 15 advantages or benefits as to why that was a really good thing that happened. And then you do the same thing. Thank you God that I had a bankruptcy, that I had a really hard bankruptcy even, and write down the benefits and advantages as to why that was a good thing. And then do it again with the other aspect, the foreclosure. Thank you God that I went through a foreclosure. All of it, do them separately, but work on it for like 45 minutes straight. Like do one thing after the other, and keep like just flipping over the page to the next thing. And yeah, in about 45 minutes, you'll start to see just how, and you have to do it, write it. You got to write it down, no shortcuts. So write it down and process it, because you're going to have all kinds of epiphanies and realizations. So you might want to keep a separate pad of paper so that you can write down all the cool ideas and stuff that you'll have. So you may even have somebody entering your life in the near future. And I just felt even within a couple months. But again, when making predictions for any kind of time, you put it off by anticipating it and worrying about it and wondering when it's going to be there and all that kind of stuff. So don't even, just know that it's in the near future. Do not hang on to that I said that. You said it was going to happen in 2 months. Just let it go. Know that it's coming and let it go and thank God for it. Thank you, God, so much for bringing me the perfect person for me. Thank you for bringing in somebody who's loving and tender and kind and all the things that you want. Thank you, God, that I'm so relieved she has no problem with all the stuff that I went through. Like, talk about it as if you're talking, with her there. And you're like, say, this is the most incredible thing that's ever happened to me. Thank you, God, so much. Talk about specifics like that, Will she ever forgive me? Why am I hearing that? Will she ever forgive me? I don't know what that's about, but and maybe it's the one that you divorced. So that might be another one for your thank you, God, for my misery exercise. Just write down, thank you, God, that I did blah, blah, blah to her. And then write down the advantages and benefits as to why that was a really good thing. Thank you, God, that she came to her senses and she left me, or whatever it was. Okay, so he does have somebody coming in the near future into his life. Is there anything else he needs to know? I'm going to pull. Somebody might be shy. Somebody maybe already likes you and they're shy. Huh. Interesting. I wonder what this is. If you let a bully have its way, the bully's wounds get even bigger. Pray instead for you to have the strength to stand up and for the bully to heal. I don't know who's bullying you, but definitely stand up for yourself and, and pray for them to heal. What would you advise your best friend to do in your shoes? Do that. I feel like, just taking an outsider's look at your life, what you're having to offer in terms of your lifestyle right now. Is your life appealing? If you brought somebody through the door, would they be like, wow, look at what you've done. This is amazing. I love your artwork. You've done, you decorate, you like have your place all organized and you've got this going on and that going, like, would they walk through your house, every aspect of it, and you wouldn't need to hide anything. You'd be like, here, take a look through anything, take a look at this and take a look at that. And they'd be like, wow, that's impressive. That's really cool. Or that you could be an open book about it. So it's like, it's a good time to kind of get real of, how ready are you for a new person to come in? Because you don't want to cling to needing somebody to be in your life. Not that you're necessarily doing that, but I mean, being that you just went through all that, I mean, you definitely need time to heal and to reflect at least. When you do these exercises, when they say it takes time to heal. And they're saying, don't you have to be single for a couple of years before you can be with somebody else. That I don't think any of that is true. But what is true, what can expedite things to make you ready faster to be with the next person is doing this type of stuff like I'm talking about. Doing Byron Katie's work every single day and being totally dedicated to it, having epiphanies and realizations about what you're doing. Doing the thank you, God, for my misery exercise every time that you're upset about something. It takes diligence and it takes, commitment and it takes determination and it takes that defeating your ego, because your ego is constantly working against you, trying to get you not to do it and come up with every excuse in the book not to do it. So you got to jump through all the obstacles and you got to commit to doing it on a regular basis. And then boom, you can have a relationship right now. All it requires is you having those epiphanies and realizations, that just having the growth, appreciating the bad stuff, Okay. It'd be best to ask what others want as well and strive to collaborate. This may include a pet, partner, child, group, or work. Someone else has an opinion in this that should be considered. So, okay. Well, hope that helps. Quit banging your head against the wall, doing the same darn thing. Mix it up and do something different. Get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. These are my new spirit cards. So, all right. 3673. Hi, Amy. I went through a divorce 16 years ago, and 3 of my children are estranged from me. Yes, years of healing. But I'm wondering what my life might look. What my life might look. Hopefully soon. So weary. I'm 67 years old. Any positive, real changes coming for me at all, or will life stay status quo? Okay. So 16 years since your divorce, 3 children estranged, and you've been doing healing. What's your life going to look like? Very different. Very, very different. It feels like you have some community projects coming up that are going to be very fulfilling for you. I see you jumping in and helping and being a part of other people's lives even more than you have been in the past. Like you've been kind of a hermit a bit. So they're wanting you to get outside and maybe even get involved in some kind of garden project or something. They're saying to try to do what you can to help your community in some way, shape, or form. And then they're saying there's some kind of, they have some little surprises planned to show you in the meantime. Or like while that's happening, it's going to kind of sneak up on you is what I meant. Anything else? You're going to have people who feel like family, even though they're not, that are going to be entering in your life that are going to make up for the void of those, estranged kids. I even see you like hosting dinners, having people over. I see a man being very sweet to you and rubbing your back, being kind and loving to you. So I would assume that's somebody that you started dating or that you're with. You're with him. Looks like you're married to him actually, because he just went back to the bedroom to go get something. So, so I would say you're going to have a much more, if you know the tarot, it has the 4 of Wands type of feel. Very community oriented, having plenty of people in your life, like the end of Under the Tuscan Sun. That movie, if you haven't seen that movie, you got to see that. It's really good. So she makes her own makeshift family, and by the end is pretty darn happy with the mixed bag of treats of her life. If you can, it might be time to get an animal that you can talk to regularly. Plants. I see a screened-in porch, so you can be outside but not get eaten by bugs or something. And maybe even reading to children. So you have a lot to look forward to. Oh, like I feel like potlucks, like you're going to be big into potlucks. It's awesome because it's all this homemade food everybody's made. Dancing, some dancing too. So, I mean, you look happy. You look really happy, content. You're not going to feel lonely anymore. So go with the flow going forward. Go with how this earth is going to start changing. Society is going to start changing. So many things are going to start changing. Just go with the flow of it. Don't judge any of it. Just, stay willing to meet new people and go to new places. And it actually doesn't look like that you're going to be necessarily moving anywhere, but for some reason it's like maybe they'll create some kind of community project in your area and they're going to invite you, or maybe you're going to find out about it and you're going to want to participate. You get the same question as the last person. If you were someone else, what would you think of your life? So, take a look at that. Like sometimes that's all we need to do is just pull out of a situation and look at it as somebody else. And, and just be like, yeah, that would be kind of weird, or that would be kind of this, or that would be kind of that, so that you can understand. Why have you kept yourself isolated is what I feel a man saying to you. Why have you kept yourself isolated? You should take more take more time to quiet your mind and tune into the subtle realm. We have your back, your mind doesn't. So, go, instead of thinking things through or, using logic or anything like that, maybe at least once a day or something for a while, just tap into spirit and be like, is there anything that you want to tell me? Just be open to what arises in your consciousness and take your advice that way. Maybe, get some cards or something that you can look at every day that will give you advice for the day. Miracles are headed your way. So hang tight, stay positive, and keep your thoughts on what you'd like to see show up in your world, because you'll be crying happy tears. You're being too superficial. Dig deeper to pull it up by the roots. What's really underneath all this? Yeah, and I feel like some loneliness. A lot of people are lonely right now. But it's all in your perspective. It's all in the way that you're choosing to view it. So you're causing everyone causes your own suffering, because you're choosing thoughts that either support you and help you feel happy and supported about whatever. Everything is like neutral. Everything happening out there is neutral. So either you're choosing to read into it in a negative way, or you're choosing to read into it in a positive way that supports you. Everything has the possibility of supporting you. No matter how negative something looks, it has the opportunity to make you feel good if you want to let it do that. So I feel like you need to just pick your thoughts, and stay more present in the moment and out of your head. Be conscious of your breath and sensations in your body more. Splitting your attention between your body and the material world increases your peace, vitality, and intuitive abilities. There you go. And also, don't be afraid. It's like you're kind of pushing some people out of your life too, a little bit. Don't be afraid to rely on others to aid you at a time of need. Accept a gift or take a compliment. People feel good when they give. So let them do it. In doing so, you encourage all of humanity to care. Okay, anything else? Okay, so it's not time yet, but when the time comes, take action when you're prompted. It's coming in the near future. So just trust. There's absolutely no need for you to worry. Okay. I never use these cards either. Okay. 3674. Where is the letter or document from my great-grandmother to me regarding the property? I've been searching for it and was told spiritually that it does exist. Need direction as to where or what to help. I need it for court. Is it true that in this 3D reality that there is this letter from her grandmother regarding the property? Is it true that there is that letter? I get a no. Lost long ago. Lost long ago. Is it possible that this document could mysteriously show up somehow? Oddly enough, I feel like yes, but it wouldn't be for a long time. So, I mean, what I got was kind of like a roundabout yes, like eventually. This is what I get for like eventually. So it looks like it when I feel into what eventual means, it's like, 10, 15 years, like a long time. So if there's anything that you can do, if you can try to block that out as a possibility or forget about it and try to go about it in a way that without the document, that would be best. How would it show up mysteriously in the future? How would that be possible? Okay. It's one of those things that would feel like a miracle. Like it would just magically appear somewhere that it's like impossible. Like, how did that even get there? Like, how did, I don't know, like you end up putting a hole in the wall or something and there's a paper in there and you're just like, what? This house was built when she wasn't blah, 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 blah. Is there any place in the house that I could point her to right now, or any place that I could, they're saying no, they're saying no, it's something she'll eventually come across when the time is right for her to have it. And it's going to be like a wink from your grandmother. So apparently this, whatever this thing, it either doesn't need to happen right now, or it shouldn't happen right now, or you need to go about it another way. And you will be rewarded later somehow. Because it feels like it's going to tickle you when it actually happens. Like you'll see why it all worked out the way that it did. You'll understand the bigger picture later. So they're really not giving me where it is because it doesn't look like it exists right now in the 3D. Oh, maybe it's because that's when you go into the 5D, something like that. A setback is just a chance to regroup and get creative. You might even come up with a better plan as a result. Embrace the opportunity and try to see things through new eyes. When you feel afraid, do the deeper healing work around it and stop avoiding it. Don't avoid it. Quit banging your head against the wall doing the same darn thing. Mix it up and do something different. Get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. What would you advise your best friend to do in your shoes? Do that. We're all just a work in progress, so cut yourself some slack. Self-love is the nucleus of all that is good. No one else can make you feel or do anything. You either buy into their story or you don't. If their story makes you feel bad, just choose a better story and take your power back. Okay. Anything else she needs to know? Stepping into stillness. Maybe you're too in your head about it and you need to just like put it to rest and just, you could hold a divine guidance council meeting on it. That would be a good idea. Look up my video and put in Amy Satori and put divine guidance or maybe guidance council. And it should come up. Igniting courage. I am strong, valiant, and courageous. I don't know what you'd have to be courageous about in that situation, but they're encouraging you to do the brave thing. Make a commitment, some kind of commitment that takes courage. Commitment to yourself, they just said. Commit to yourself, believing in yourself. Okay. 3679. Hey, Amy, I've been having a really difficult time trying to find my purpose and what I should be doing with myself career-wise. I've tried many different paths and none seem to fulfill me or bring me peace. I'm tired of feeling like a lost soul. I'm eager to find myself and what I should be doing with my life. What do you think my purpose is? I feel like you really separate your like making a living and then doing what brings you joy. And I feel like you need to start bringing those things together and not, I don't know if you tell yourself that you can't make money doing what you love doing, but the way that the universe works is that if you do the things that you enjoy, the things that you love on a regular basis, the money will come right after it. It'll start flooding in from all directions. When you're in alignment with your heart and your joy, like doing what I'm doing right now, it's just like, if you love doing what you're doing and you love helping people, or you love cats or dogs or elephants or, whatever your passion is, get involved in a project like that and then get yourself out of any lack mentality. And that combination is going to bring a floodgate in, open up the floodgates for abundance to come in. So to get out of a lack mentality, you might use some affirmations. Thank you, God, so much that I've always got everything that I need and then some. Thank you, God, that I feel like I've won the lottery in every area of my life. I feel so completely loved and supported in every area of my life. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to have found my passion. I just love how things line up for me so easily. I love all the incredible solutions and opportunities I'm being given at this time. I'm so excited to find a job that pays really well and that I absolutely love doing. And I wake up every morning so excited to get started. So don't underestimate the power of affirmations to replace those thoughts of, I'm at another dead end job and will I ever find something that I truly love and all that kind of stuff. Think more magically than it's like, it feels also like sometimes you put the kibosh on anything, any kind of, you use a lot of things as an excuse, which reminds me of when I moved to Boulder, I was like, I could have used every excuse in the book as to why I can't do this, that, and the other thing. I didn't have a job lined up. I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have anything going there. And I had very little money. So, I had to really, really open up my mind. And all I kept saying to the universe is, thank you so much for all the incredible options and solutions. That's all I kept saying. Every single time I'd sit there and start to get anxiety, which I used to have PTSD. I guess you never get rid of it. So, I would get anxiety sometimes, and then I would just stop and I would just say, thank you guys so much for all the incredible options and solutions. And it totally worked out. Everything came together. I didn't have to sign a lease. I didn't have to give a deposit. I got almost half the rent knocked off. So just think wider, broader, and use those affirmations, and use feeling really good, feeling that love vibration to bring it in, because the God works in mysterious ways, seriously. So you don't know what's up ahead for you necessarily, and you don't need to know that, but you got to stay aligned to bring it in. I'm telling you how to bring it in and manifest it. Sometimes we get in our head if we're told something and we think, well, how do I get from A to Z? I want to start, like, if I told you you're going to be like a music producer or something like that, which might be a hint too. So if I tell you you're going to be a music producer and you've never even had any experience in music or anything like that, then you're going to stress and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, well, first thing I need to do is probably take a music class. Or, I mean, you might even say, I don't have anything to do with music. I'm not going to do that. That's ridiculous. I don't even know why you said that. So you could do that, or you could stress out about it and be like, oh, well, I have to, line up all these ducks, get them all in a row, and then I can finally get there. I need to strategically put these stepping stones in place so that I can get there. But that's not how the universe works. So, it would put you think that it would put your brain to rest and know what you're going to be doing, but it wouldn't. So all you have to really do is just keep coming from the heart and keep going toward what pulls you and inspires you and makes you excited and gets you to feel passionate, whatever that is. If you feel, it's moment to moment. If you glance over at a book in a store and it has a title that gets your attention, go grab the book and buy it and read it. If all you can think to do right now is take baths because you love baths so much, then take lots of baths, get bath salts, make everything about what a great bath you can create. Get special candles, get the best candles, get the candles that are made of a certain material that make you feel really good. Like, really go all out about your baths. What do you love? Go balls out on it, and then the pieces will start coming together and kind of floating to you out of thin air. And then all of a sudden you'll run across somebody at the park and you have a random conversation and they'll invite you to go to some kind of party or some kind of, go to something or meet somebody or introduce you to someone, that all of a sudden you go from here all the way, 3/4 of the way, jump up. So just align with the energy, leverage the energy, just feel awesome. Just feel like you're already aligned with your best career. Just be excited that you found it, and put that energy out there, put that vibration out there. And then all of a sudden you'll find that you've grown leaps and bounds. If you would go the other route, like if I told you you're going to be this and you start going down those little, that it's going to take you way out here and take you like a lot longer than if you just follow your heart and just boom, boom, boom. So, yeah, they're not even encouraging me to give you any kind of an idea of what you're going to be doing. It's something you're supposed to figure out. Okay, so let me see what cards I get for that. It may seem lonely at the top, but is the drama worth your peace? The kingdom of God is within you. You can have heaven on earth, but you must let go of everything to truly have it all. So maybe you're grasping to materialism. Maybe you're thinking that that you need to have X amount of dollars, or you won't be going up the chain of command, and you'll be a failure in some people's eyes. You got to get rid of all that kind of 3D concepts, all those 3D concepts, and just follow your heart and follow your passion. And quit thinking 9 to 5, quit thinking so limited. Just totally, put yourself in your shoes in the future and thank God for what you have the way that you'd want it to show up. Thank you, God, for the most incredible miracle when it comes to my career. I could not ask for more. That's a good one. You need to mind your own business and focus on loving yourself the way that other people. Oh, okay. You need to mind your own business and focus on loving yourself the way that other person or people can't love themselves. In doing so, you're healing the world. So just put your blinders on to what anybody else is doing, is what I get from that. And just focus on loving yourself and going after that, what you want, and keep doing your healing. Don't be swayed by other people. So don't be listening to anybody else's opinion about what you should do. Follow your heart. and it'll all fall into place, both for you and everyone else involved. Stay certain and positive. Okay, so they basically reiterated what I said. Okay, and it may be a compilation of a lot of different skills and abilities you've accumulated without realizing. It may be something totally different and totally new that you never would have thought of. An example would be like I would like going into a totally different like industry than you've ever been in, but something that like brings it all together. Like I was in marketing for years, sales and marketing for a long time. I was an executive secretary in the corporate world for a long time. I did all of that. And then one day I followed my heart. This is a perfect example. I followed my heart and I wanted to train dogs and I wanted to use positive reinforcement for dog training. So I started a little side company. I had my corporate job and then had my little side company I started to develop. I started reading a lot of books about dogs and dog behavior and positive reinforcement and all that kind of stuff. And then I decided that I'm going to go volunteer at a senior home. I didn't even like old people like intimidated me. They scared me, but I because you have to yell around them. They don't hear you and all kinds of things. So, but I also just felt like I wanted to what do you call it? Desensitize my dogs. I wanted them to get used to all kinds of people and things that fall on the ground and people being loud and rolling around in wheelchairs. So I just wanted to get them like desensitized to anything and just get them socialized. That's the word. So it was really kind of a selfish reason, but I really cared about my dogs and I wanted them to be okay with going anywhere, doing anything and meeting all kinds of different people. So I started volunteering there and sure enough, all of a sudden I get this offer for this job that, the executive director spotted me and we got to talking about my past experiences. And he said, you would be so perfect for this job that I just opened up. And it was a job that took all of my experience from everything that I've ever done and then some. And then I got to be a part of these really cool activities like bingo and the game night and I was able to go to like dances where there was big band music. And I used to love big band music so much. And like everything that the old people were doing in the retirement home, I actually enjoyed and I would sing along and have so much fun and I would laugh with everybody. And I had no idea how fulfilling and incredible that whole experience would be. And I was very, very intimidated to take that job. I was really intimidated. It was a huge step up for me. And it really stretched me in a lot of different ways, but it was the most fulfilling, one of the best things I've ever done. So just keep following. Who would have known that because I'm reading dog books and positive reinforcement, that it would have led me to be a community relations director for retirement living. And I was the best. I was the poster child. I was literally the poster child for You've Got Leads, which is their major, online way of keeping track of leads and stuff. They came and took pictures and everything. And I had people offering to take me to lunch all the time because I was like the best in the industry in my area, in my region, at least. And I actually coined the name of the position being a community relations director. They used to be called marketing managers back then. But my boss rewarded me once and he said, I know that you don't like being called a marketing manager. So to thank you for all your work lately, what do you want to be called? And I gave it a few days to think about it. And I came back and I said, I want to be a community relations director because I feel like that's more accurate. And ever since I did that, I went into like a networking meeting and I introduced myself as a community relations director. And all of a sudden, from then on out, like everybody's called that now. So talk about being meant to be in that position. I was totally meant to be there. So just keep following your heart is the point. Just keep following your heart and doing the things that you enjoy doing and that you love doing. And it could lead you to some very unexpected places. Okay, 3685. I feel like I might be a star seed. Is that true? Yes. If you feel like you are, it's most likely a yes. And what jumps in my mind is a book called the Dual Soul dual soul connection or something like that. Dual soul. Yeah, I think it's called the dual soul connection, where they talk about that there are extraterrestrial souls and human souls that are like combining, coming down into a body for a mission at this time. Yeah, that's what it's called. I actually watched the gal talk live about it. It was pretty incredible what she described and what she's seen interacting with the ETs. So, but I feel like I don't know a whole heck of a lot of all these fancy terms and the star seeds and all the particulars about it and any of that stuff. I just saw the word Pleiades though, so it must have something to do with Pleiades. Either you're from Pleiades or you're helping the Pleiadians. A triangle, I see a triangle, so I feel like your ships are triangular. So that could give you a clue, like to go look up what ETs drive, fly or whatever the triangular ships or whatever. They said also that you can talk to them anytime. You can try like automatic writing to try to connect with them. They've said that they've appeared to you before, but they've made noises and you've turned around and looked and you were too spooked for them to show themselves. So they said they're your family though, and they've tried to communicate with you before. But so if you could maybe do a divine guidance council meeting and try to connect with your family, your starseed family, and just, maybe ask them where you're from, who they are, why they have visited you, what they want to tell you at this time, just try to communicate with them. And then I feel like they might come to your dreams or it'll feel like they're coming to you in your dreams, but they're actually like in their bedroom. And I see in your bedroom and I see them like placing their hand on your head, giving you what seems like a dream, but it's actually them communicating telepathically with you. So you're very connected to these beings. Something about well water, something about, I think you're here to do something having to do with cleansing water, and I just put something on my Telegram channel about water. You guys everybody needs to watch that. There's stuff in water that we didn't know was there that's shortening people's lifespan. We need to get it out of the water. So I forget what it's a word that starts with a D. Deuteronomy. It's not Deuteronomy, but it's a word that looks kind of like that. Yeah. Anyway, you're going to do something having to do with water that's down deep in the earth. And I don't know, maybe you're even going to do some toning on it or toward it. We don't necessarily have to physically be there to transform things. We can just have the intention of it. We can sing a song toward them or do light language toward it or do whatever to heal it. But it feels like you don't have to worry about whatever this is. And ley lines, they just said something having to do with ley lines too. So ley lines and water that's under the earth. So, but when it comes to anybody's like higher purpose or anything like that, like you can't escape it anyway. So may as well not worry about it. It's going to happen to you no matter what. So a lot of you get kind of hung up on like, oh, well, you said that I'd become this or do that or whatever. And just don't get in your head about it. Like, you don't have to make it happen. It's just going to happen. You're going to meet somebody and they're going to say, hey, guess what? I've been exploring caves for years. And I'm particularly interested in this kind of water where it glows at night. There's these mechanisms in the water that glow. I don't know, whatever. And then it'll jump in your head and you'll be like, Amy said, I'm going to work with water that's under the earth. That must be it. And then because I told you that, because spirit prompted you to get this reading today, now you're going to have that idea in your head so that later, even a few years down the road, you'll go down that trail when the person invites you to go there because you'll remember what I said. That's how it all works, So, yeah, I hope that clarifies a little bit. It gives you a little information to go on so you can start doing some research and finding out more and hold a council so you can connect with those guys. Okay, 3686. Hi, Amy. I met a guy online through a dating app. I haven't met him in person yet. My question is he my soulmate? Thank you so much for your help. You're welcome. Okay, so first of all, you should probably know, I want you to go to my playlist, All About True Love, and look for a video that says the different types of true love. Most people are actually looking for their twin flame or a soul flame. Soulmates are nice, but they sometimes can lack passion, and it's just somebody who's kind of like your best friend that you can have sex with, and it's just kind of like, okay, like, I don't know, it's there's no it there, yeah, it's easy. It's just really easy, you know. So people like me who've been through the ringer with love, that we're like, okay, bring on the soulmate. Bring on the soulmate. I don't want to go through any more of these ups and downs and ridiculous stuff anymore. I'm just sick and tired of it. I just want somebody to show up and be like, do you want to go out? Yes, I do. You want to get married? Let's go. You know, it's like, get to know each other, just love each other and have nothing go wrong. You know, it's just go. Not that anything, you know, you fine with things going wrong, but this whole twin flame thing sometimes can be such a pain in the butt because it's just like up and down and all over the place. And it's just like, really, you know, sometimes you just can't take it anymore. So soulmates can be really, people who like that, who come to me and they're like, I'm so fed up with the whole twin flame thing. I can't take the runner chaser dynamic and the ups and downs and all of that stuff. Like, I don't want the drama anymore. And so, those of you, I usually tell you, well, go for the soulmate. Go for the one that's, settled and grounded and mature, and he's like ready to roll. That's what I'm saying. So we may not be talking in the same terms when you say, is he a soulmate? For me, I group it all like as true love, whether it's a twin flame or soulmate or whatever, it's true love. So what you're really interested in is this somebody who's meant for me, and that they're good for me, and that they are somebody who's destined for me, and I get a yes. So let me see what I can pick up on him. He's kind of like pacing back and forth, kind of like he's thinking like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? Here's one thing though, being that he's acting like that, kind of worried and stuff, he could be catfishing you. So anybody who's watching this right now, if you have not seen your person that you are falling in love with, if you have not seen seen the face talking at you, saying, hey, how are you? How was your day? I'd love to connect with you as soon as I can. Don't waste your time with anybody who's texting you or hidden from you in any way, shape, or form. Just, I know there are extenuating circumstances, but, generally speaking, try to get them on video or on the phone as soon as possible and really start getting to know them and who they are. And if possible, and as soon as possible, get in their face for real in the physical world, like actually go spend time together somewhere as soon as possible, because otherwise you'll be wasting your time. And trust me, I used to be the dating queen. I used to, like, one time I dated 100 guys and I was going to write a book on it. And I dated them morning, noon, and night. And some of them were across the world, or, I would get to know them over a period of months, and there would be all this texting and all this stuff, only to find out that when we met in person, they weren't at all anybody that I would ever like in any way, shape, or form. Like, totally flopped. And I felt so stupid waiting months and months and months, and all this buildup about them being such a great person. And then I'd meet them and be like, great, they're not at all what I thought. So you'll just be disappointed if you don't like hurry up and just get to the end. All right, let's meet. You have to get to that point. Now, like I said, there are some extenuating circumstances where you just know how you feel and whatnot. But for the most part, you guys don't let somebody catfish you, and the fact that you haven't met the person yet, try to meet him as quickly as possible. And if he is catfishing you, it might mean that even though he's not the person that you think he is, the person that he truly is meant for you. And so, like I said, God works in mysterious ways. So, be open-minded about whoever he is. You might just like whoever he is, even though he may not be the person that you think he is. So yes, I feel like he's somebody significant for you. I feel like it would be, it'd behoove you to go forward with it. I feel like it could be a healthy connection. He's got to He's got to open up more though, because I really do feel a hidden factor. So maybe he's hiding that he has a wife or a girlfriend or kids, or there's something I feel like he's hiding from you. So he's got to, you really, don't waste your time until you want to be with somebody who is a complete open book. Take a look if you want. What, turn over any stone in here. I'm not hiding a thing. You want to be with somebody like that. Not somebody who's so elusive. Don't take it so seriously. Just laugh it off and trust a solution will represent itself at the perfect time and in the perfect way. For I don't know what that's pertaining to between the two of you, but maybe just try to stay lighthearted with him, and just trust the process, but do try to see him as soon as possible. You'll be supported no matter the decision that you make. Just take one step at a time and know that you're being led. Don't take it seriously. Laugh it off again. We are talking to you through what you hear, taste, touch, smell, feel, sounds, colors, and numbers. So pay closer attention. When spirit urges it's time to take action, train yourself to pay attention to those nudges and act on them quickly. So maybe you've been warned or something, or maybe they've told you, hey, get them on camera. And you're just like, well, it might make him feel uncomfortable, or it might, but it's like, listen to spirit. Don't take it personally. This person is only projecting. Imagine them in the mirror saying it to themselves and you'll see. So you guys definitely, this doesn't feel like it's going to be smooth. So just keep healing yourself, help keep, any way in which you're triggered, just go work it out and heal it. And that should expedite things, because when one person focuses completely on their own healing, it really does help the connection a lot. Your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. So maybe it is time to purge those, past stuff that's happened in past relationships and let that stuff go. Yeah, you need to take a time out, they're saying, and take care of yourself. Just take good care of yourself as you go. Self-confidence through God confidence. So maybe you're just having some trust issues right now with him. He's not going to hurt you. Take leap of faith. All right, there's one more card sticking out. Have some compassion for yourself, I feel, for yourself. Give yourself some TLC. Okay, 3, 6, 8, 9. I wanted to know if it's highest and best, if it's in my highest and best good to open a bakery with this person. My main concern is still having enough for my acting career. All right, is it in her best and highest good to get herself a bakery? I get a no. Why? It's the person that you're wanting to do it with. Sour. They're saying it could go sour. It's a good idea to be an entrepreneur, but they're saying that there are a lot of other things that you'd be really interested in that you should pursue, like by yourself, or partner with somebody who's so like you, not necessarily like you, but like on the same page of what you're trying to achieve, that it's kind of a no-brainer. It feels like you've almost bought into an idea that person had, and you just maybe jumped on board, like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That would be cool. It would turn south. It feels like it would turn south at some, and it feels like you guys would be like fighting over money or something in particulars. Some particulars, like a turf war almost. This is mine. No, that's mine. Or this is, I don't know, like there would be like, yeah, feels like it could get uncomfortable. They know that with your, it even feels like whatever this is, it could be something that you could endorse with your acting career. Like if you're really into makeup and you want to come up with a really good makeup that's really good for people and beneficial to the planet and actually healthy for your skin and stuff like that. Go after that. Go after that. And it could be something that when you become a big deal, which I do believe is happening or going to happen, then you could, you'll be talking about it all the time. Everybody's going to swarm to you because of you being well known, and they're all going to want your makeup products. So try to put your stamp on it, your individual stamp on it. Maybe when you're retired someday and you don't do any job or anything like that, and you just want to connect with the community, have your own bakery, maybe even with your husband or something like that. So, all right, that's what I'm getting. Oh, hang on. Interesting. They want you to know that it's not about being positive all the time. Negativity is just a part of still having an ego. It's really about catching yourself being negative and picking yourself back up again as quickly as you can. So maybe that's having to do with your career, your acting career. We're doing all we can to comfort and encourage you through this time. You're very important to us. We love you. If you don't like a situation, practice observing you in the experience rather than being in it yourself. Step outside yourself and look from a more detached perspective. Maybe start being more the observer of your life. And again, with that positive and negativity thing, you can heal yourself. Your thoughts and your words are stronger than you realize, and your body's listening. Okay. 3690. Hi, Amy, you're awesome. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you, and you're welcome. I recently started seeing a man I've known since childhood. He is fresh out of a long-term relationship. I have started to develop very strong feelings for him, and it seems he might be as well. I'm worried, will he go back to his previous partner, or that I might be just a distraction for him right now? Is this connection worth me opening my heart for in hopes that something long-term could happen? Okay. You're actually helping him get over the ex. He didn't think that there could be somebody like you out there. So you're helping him to see that he made the right decision to leave. He is a little bit lacking in confidence in terms of like he's been a little bit scarred by the way that she's treated him, like he is I mean, everybody's always got their sensitive wounds and things when they just end something, and it's pretty fresh. I definitely feel like you guys could really have something. I would just be almost standoffish, for a bit. Like only get together when he kind of initiates, or like don't push it, and don't grab onto it. Like give him a lot of space, and just let him know, I know you have a lot of processing and a lot of healing to do. I don't want to interfere with that process. And honestly, if he decides to go back to her, you should want what would make him happy, or wouldn't. Some of these guys, they don't realize that it's a bad situation for them, but at the same time, you can't control it, and you want to support whatever decision they make. You don't want to have them do something that would be against their will just for you, because then they're going to end up resenting you and not treating you the way that you deserve. And if he still has a lesson he has to learn from that person, then he has to go back to her and learn those lessons. I don't feel he's going to do that, but I feel it's because you listen to me and you give him a lot of space and you just let him be, and you're just really supportive of whatever he's going through. You just tell him you can tell him that he can talk to you about anything at all, and that you're just there to listen to. I would also try to talk to him side by side instead of like face to face. Try to be shoulder to shoulder with him, looking out at something else. It's easier for them to like open up their hearts if they're not staring you in the face. If there's just some pressure to this thing. Us women, we're really good at it. We actually like that connection. But it feels like he would appreciate if there was more of just no pressure, just kind of hanging out and talking and just whatever comes out. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like pulling a couple cards. I definitely feel him leaning towards you big time, and I feel like he's getting excited at the idea. He just is also trying to be grounded and realistic. He is regretting some things from that situation that he doesn't want to repeat with you. So he's really trying to get the lesson, and he's trying to go forward more grounded and mature with you. He wants to make sure he learned his lesson so that he wouldn't ever have to like get a divorce or anything with you. So he's doing some contemplating, and like he thinks you're very compassionate, loving, and kind. And he just wants to meet you at that level. The end of a difficult time in breaking. Yeah, he just wants this over. He wants her to stop talking to him, or for them to have he just wants it over with with that other person, and he wants to be considered like totally completely free and in the clear to be with you. It's like he has to sneak away from her. It's like she's watching him somehow or something, but he really does believe he's got something special with you, and that you guys can have a bright future together. So let him kind of stand up for himself with her, let him go through whatever he's got to go through. Yeah, he's got to overcome his ego a little bit, maybe a little bruised ego, but he's working on his healing. And this is the happiest card in the deck, so it turns everything even more positive than its normal meaning. It's like the most positive version of the meaning. So he's going to overcome this, and he's going to collaborate with you, and he's going to be healing. And then dun, 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 he comes running forward at you. So I saw that card in my mind too. He's just trying to feel worthy too, though, because he just took a few lumps. So he's trying to, do I really, I really get this? Like, what if I screw this up now? But yeah, something about like he might want a better career. I think he took whatever career he has. It's like he did it to people please somebody. So like it would be, an example would be like his dad was a doctor, so he became a doctor kind of thing. But whatever he's doing, it's like I think he wants to find a better career that aligns with him better and would make him more happy. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe you can encourage him and just ask him if this is really the job you really want to be doing. And if it is, if he says yes, fine. Maybe it was just a little seed that he needed planted to maybe change his mind years from now. You don't know, but it came out for a reason, I'm saying. Okay. Okay. Okay, 3692. Hi, Amy. I hope this message finds you well. Recently, I grew tired. This was so funny. Oh my gosh, you guys, when I read this, I started laughing so hard. I was like, oh, thank you. I needed that laugh at that time. I grew tired of my DM spying, stalking, and just overall childish behavior towards me. So I texted his karmic anonymously using a third-party app. I used the same app he often texts me from, pretending to be someone else. In my text, I informed the karmic to tell her spouse that spying and stalking someone is an invasion of one's privacy and will lead to serious ramifications. I have already warned my DM in the past about this, and he is extremely stubborn and never took it seriously. I also texted my DM informing him that I had texted his karmic and expressed how I felt about his behavior all these years. I expressed how, at this point, I've done all that I possibly can to make him feel safe enough to express his feelings. And if the president of Ukraine can utilize social media during a time of war to communicate with the world, this is evident that no one is too busy for anyone. informed him that stubborn people like him only learn in harsh ways, and he will probably need to lose me completely to learn his lesson. If God and the universe can't convince him, I am the only human, and I will not waste my energy trying anymore. I told him that at this point, if he wants me, he must earn me. What went through his mind as he read my messages, and does he have anything that he wishes to say to me, or that he'd like me to know at this time? Oh gosh, you're great. That's so funny. I also want to thank you, Amy, as your video on thinking about moving served as a confirmation from source. Thank you again. You're welcome. I just got the card in my head, the Divine Masculine card. What you said has me reeling. So I think that's a clue to take a look at some of these masculine cards. I just looked down at the word love. So he loves you so much. He knows you're right. He does feel unsafe, fragile, and vulnerable right now, totally out of his element. Please pray for my protection while I figure out a way through this illusion and into my power. So you basically caused him an awakening. You know, you basically ripped open a wound and he's having to deal with it now. Like, you know what? This is the tower moment. This is exactly what you said he needed, because he's so stubborn. It couldn't have happened any other way. You know, you were divine intervention. He says, please give me the space that I need. I have to figure this out on my own so I can feel proud of myself. So he does want to make changes. It's just that he doesn't want to feel like you were his boss and telling him what to do, you know? Whoa, I want to make love to you like you've never experienced before. I want intimacy in every way possible with you. I just want us to know each other like no one else has ever known us. So that's awesome. You might want to take a look at my sex talk that I just put out. I'm open to or planning on relocating to be closer to you. I'm open to compromising more than you may realize. Let's think outside the box and figure out a way. You're that important to me. He just said, I don't want to lose you. I'm on my way to you right now. I'm so excited. I may have to lay low till I get there, so no one tries to stop me. Oh my God, I can't wait to see you. So he was excited. I'm finally starting to love myself enough to be open to you loving me. I'm on shaky legs yet, but I'm headed in the right direction. I want to work on this so I'm not too needy and push you away. So he's definitely leaning toward being with you. All of this. I'm dealing with an addiction right now. Now that's the case with some of these masculines. Please let me deal with this on my own so I can feel empowered and confident starting a new life with you. I know that I can do this. So he may be using that karmic relationship to get over some of these things he needs to get over in order to be with you. So, but he needs not take advantage of the fact that you're sitting there waiting for him like he's been. You know, he needs to realize that he could lose you, and sitting around just farting around and taking his time doing this is not going to be helping matters. So he's kind of, in a way, he's kind of using the karmic, I feel, to kind of be a crutch through this time of transition. And that's going to give him a lot of guilt, like leaving her. He says he's already over it, though. He doesn't trust this connection right now. Maybe it's what his friends have been saying, but he's just feeling skeptical. Why did they listen to those people? Am I imagining this? Am I delusional? Have you cast a spell on me? I hope it's real. So sometimes he wonders, I have intimacy issues right now. I'm afraid I'll have performance anxiety and or feel or don't feel confident about being physical in a healthy way or opening up about my past. You know, so many different excuses for staying back away, but I guess what I'm advising you do right now, you've said your piece, you've said everything that you have to say. Now you just have to just back off and just go live your life and forget about him. And I know the forget about him is like impossible, but do your very, very best not to spy on him or look at him anymore or any of that. Just let the whole thing go, because you got to let him step into his power, and he can't do that with you on the sidelines, just watching and waiting, you know? So just let the whole thing completely go. Try to work on any kind of resentment or anger that you might have about the situation so that you can, do your part to heal yourself. And then just assume you're going to go forward with your life and meet another guy. That's all you can do until he actually does something to change his circumstances and show you that he's making some changes. Then, that's your only option. You got to move on with your life, right? So it made him feel like coming out of hiding and telling you what exactly that he feels. He wants to communicate with you. He wants to apologize to you. He wants to make a trip out to see you. He wants to express himself to you. He wants to make the effort. He's feeling intuitively like he's got to give back to you in order to heal this connection. He's trying to get up the strength to say something to you that will make it right. He wants to fight for you. He may have felt a little defensive, but it's like he's also like, he has a lot of faith in this connection. He knows he's got to fight for you in order for him to heal this connection after everything that he's done. So, he just wants to communicate, give back, and be kind and loving to you in some way, shape, or form. But here's the thing: sometimes these guys will kind of drag you along with a carrot at the end of the stick, just give you just enough to where, hey, just so you know, I'm thinking about you. I still have feelings for you. Look at this cute little thing I just put out on social media. And it's just like, eventually like the place that you're at right now is like, it's just not enough. I'm not going to just sit here. Like, you better get your act together. Or, I guess you're going to take a chance on losing me. So just pull back and let it go. I feel like looking at the pack cards. Oh no, that should be funny. I miss how close we used to be. Are you leaving me? Are you giving up? Sigh. Interesting. I think a pet who's living with us or lives with someone close to us needs a new home, don't you think? I don't know what that's about. Maybe he's trying to find a new home for his karmic. I would really like you to do some energy work on me. Okay, Hema Anata Insa Ina. He's got to think outside the box. He's got to think in terms of like solutions instead of like obstacles. He's got to be an optimist, not a pessimist. I understand what you say to me most of the time, so maybe he's even feeling you intuitively. Yeah, we did get that moon card. Is this my forever home? I hope so. Another card about how he's hoping it's not just some fantasy, that you guys really do have the connection he thinks you do. I don't like your partner, bestie, or whoever you're spending a bunch of time with bringing around me. You deserve better than how they treat you. So, okay. Maybe, I don't know what that is. He's something about allergies. I don't know what that would have anything to do with anything. I'd like a good challenge, some mental stimulation, but something safe, of course. Oh, he may be allergic to alcohol for some reason. That just jumped in my head. Okay. Okay, 3700, 3700. I am 99.9% sure that Blink is my twin flame or DM, and I've been told so for decades. I intuitively knew him since I was 5 years old, and he showed up when I was 17. He's married with kids now. He told me I was the one a week before his wedding, but still went through with it. All of your videos and playlists describe my entire life and journey with him, but he got the jab and he was acting immature. He is still asleep to the world happenings, and we are in no contact right now and separated by distance. I am trying to let go, but it's difficult, and I am doing my work on myself. Good. Will we ever, will we ever be in each other's lives in any real way? Work, love, just friends? Or should I just keep trying to get over him and move on with my life, although it hasn't worked for decades and I've tried? I don't want to feel tortured by him on this journey anymore. He seems so unaffected by it all and takes no responsibility for the energy he brings. I now wonder if he is just some trauma bond or something, and I'm just crazy. I need to clarify. I need clarity. Your videos and beautiful light have been so helpful. Thank you for all that you do for us. Okay. Let's feel into this. I'm going to do a spread on him, a true love spread. Come on, Sassy. Oh yeah, I feel like, yeah, you're the one that got away, and he daydreams about you all the time in his life. I don't know if you said he had kids or whatever. It feels like he's got kids playing on the floor, and he's like still like drifting on his mind drifts off to you. So why do they put themselves in that position? It just seems so silly. Just because they're like in cognitive dissonance about your connection, it's just like, oh my gosh, what is up? I look forward to the day when this isn't happening anymore, when people just like honor themselves and just do what they really want. You know, gosh, like he's heartbroken over this. He's afraid. He wants to become single because he's afraid you're going to go out with somebody eventually and like he'll lose you. He's lying about being happy with his family, by the way. And he's strategizing on how he can break up with that person and be with you and go forward as a single person. He wants to take some action on that. He's trying to get up the courage to want to heal things with you and get some rapport and camaraderie going again. He's brokenhearted over him being a damn people pleaser, he just said. So he must have married her because he was people pleasing, either his family, her, whatever. Like he didn't want to break somebody's heart. It's like, it's just awful. Like sometimes you're just like, what in the world? Like, why are they so willing to break the heart of the person they love the most? But they'll go around people pleasing everybody else. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. But yeah, he wants to get some clarity and gain some clarity with you and come to you feeling victorious, saying, hey, I left her and let's do this. Yeah, a few cards on being single, on becoming single and breaking up with someone. So he wants to make himself available to you. He's worried that it may be too late to heal it. Yeah, he thinks you've been incredibly mature, loving, kind, compassionate through this time. And he wants to show you show up to you like never before, like have the courage to face this whole thing and fix it. He's so afraid he's going to miss out. So he's like wrecking his brain on how he can make this transition possible, like how he can break up and be done with this. Trying to figure out a way how to come out of hiding, and partially because he doesn't feel like he deserves you after everything that he's done or not done. He wants to resurrect himself. He's really giddy. You make him feel giddy like a little teenager and all excited inside. Feels like you have a bright future with him once you guys heal things. So yeah, he definitely he misses you. He misses you a lot. He misses you a lot. Do they have potential? Can they actually be together in this life? Do you think they will? Will they be together in this life? I got a yes. Will they just be friends? Or will they be lovers? Or will they be, or will it be work? I actually feel like it could be all of it, is what I'm feeling. Hama natin kan shame. Hey, laon paan. Hai kehensa. Shishay na pong pumaan. Tikiins. It's really weird. I wonder if he calls his wife your name. Because it kind of like in his reality, he almost feels like he's living a life with you. Isn't that weird? I think he's called out your name before to her. And it's not, it's that he wishes so badly that he was living that life with you. Even the memories that he's making with her, like the things that he's been doing with her and all of it's like there has been a degree of cognitive dissonance because it's like he's thinking that he's living a life with you, but it's with someone else. And that's all he could do to cope. That's the only way he could think to cope. So having you, it's like something is making him feel like he has to separate those two worlds and he's got to do something about it. He's got to see that you're two separate people, that he's unhappy with this life when he really looks at it, and he's got to pursue that life. He's got to separate them, cut ties, let that go, keep aspects of it that he does want, the kids and whatnot, and then create a new life with you. And I do feel he's going to do it. He has a lot of regret over the way this has gone. He wants to become single. He's making an intuitive decision as to when to do that and to when to heal things with you. He's just insecure about it. I miss you so much. My heart aches and I cry too. I just can't reach out just yet until my situation is cleared up a bit. Know that I think of you all the time and I want you back in my life as soon as possible. I miss you so much. My heart aches. I thought I got the same card for a minute, but it's a different one. I miss you so much. My heart aches. I don't know what I'd do without you in my life. Please don't go date anyone else. I know I seem to be taking my time, but I'm evolving faster than you might think. Wow, that was kind of cool. Okay. 3701. 3701. Howdy, Amy. This may seem like a funny question, but I have a fear of wasps and hornets. My house in the warm months seems to be a magnet for wasps. They live in the siding and the gutters and the roofing and all that. I'd really like to be able to experience the nature outside around my home and sunbathe in peace without them buzzing around me or in the yard. It's not just a normal amount either. There are tons. I'd rather not go the route of an exterminator that will spray chemicals. Can you channel my higher self to see if there's something I can do personally myself or physically, like emitting a frequency or sound or placing crystals, something around my perimeter of my home, or will I need to hire an exterminator? I'd like to manifest a wasp-free environment. There is I'll have to send this to you separately. But you'll figure it out. There's little white, do I have one in here? I used to in my old place. I had them all over, but because I used to get mice and stuff. But there are little things that plug into the wall. They're this shape, and they plug into the wall and they emit a frequency that pests don't like. Any bugs, spiders, things like that, they don't like it. But when I first read your question, the thing that popped in my head was peppermint. So, I was also shown you scraping any kind of nest that you can find, like in the winter months or when it's still kind of cold. You want to scrape all those off and throw them away while they're empty, or are they empty? I don't know if they're empty or not. The empty ones, throw the empty one. Well, maybe throw all of them away. I don't know. Just put them away from the house. Put them out there to where they could build a house in the woods or somewhere else if you want to. Just feel that out for yourself, but get rid of them out where they are right now. If they have nests there, get the nests out of there. And then take something, like put it in a bottle or something and spray it, and spray that peppermint all over the place, all over the gutters and whatnot. You could also, go to DuckDuckGo and put in, what smell do wasps hate? What kind of essential oil for wasps, and see if something else comes up. Tea tree just jumped in my head. So tea tree and peppermint. So you might be able to make a mix. You might need a bigger bottle than what I showed you. I don't know. It might maybe even twice this size. This is rose water. But spray it all around your place. especially in those areas that you mentioned. But you could also plug in those frequencies. Like if there is well, they're not usually around those places, but I mean, you could use an extension cord if you want to get creative. You could put an extension cord near where their nests usually are built and emit that frequency out in that area. That would be kind of interesting. I mean, it depends on what kind of length you want to go to. But yeah, that's an option if that feels like something that you would want to do. And it's just a plug-in. I guess they also don't like lemon or citrus. You would think they would, though. I mean, I would think they would. Lemon, maybe not citrus, but lemon or something. I don't know. Do some research on that, though. Okay, and I'm going to put out a signal to them, asking them to please leave you alone and at least let you do your own thing, and not bug you. I feel like you can put even that spray on yourself when you go outside to lay in the sun or whatever. Just spray yourself with the spray so that they at least won't come land on you when you go to walk outside. I'm telling them they're kind of taking over and that you're feeling like it's not your house anymore. It belongs to them. And they're like, oh, and we didn't see it like that. Put him on. Tatahina ho'amaana taki insa. Seshihila pomomohanaki. Tatansa hashin chaike. They're saying that they're going to do their best to try to kind of mind their own business and let you just walk on through. But they said that there are some teenagers that are just flat out curious and they just will want to come over and see what's going on and why you're there and where you're going and that type of thing. So they can't necessarily hold those guys back. But generally speaking, they will try to be more respectful of you. I said anything that you can do would be really helpful. They also agreed with me, use those oils, spray those oils on yourself, and that'll keep the curious ones from coming over because they'll be like, oh, what is that? I don't like that smell. She stinks, Okay. All right, 3702. Hi, Amy. I'm feeling very lost at the moment. I want so much to contribute to the new world. I also need to earn a living. What is it I need to do to find my mission, and how soon will I be successful? Okay. Lost, wants to contribute to the new earth and needs money. Do you have dinar or dong or any kind of foreign money? That would be the first thing I would say. Because, that would buy you some time, that would bring in some cash, and then you could think about what you want to do. I actually feel like you might be involved in crypto or digital currency. You might get involved in that. Like I told the person before, follow your passion and follow the things that bring you joy, or the things you're interested in, or the things you feel kind of drawn to learn about. Go towards that. Yeah, you're gonna figure some stuff out for people. I feel like you're giving them some reports, oh, you might even be a support staff person for people who have humanitarian projects. That's interesting. Are you good with money, accounting, or something like that? So you might find out, keep a lookout, because it feels like there's going to be a rush of humanitarians and they're all going to be putting ads out for the things that they need support with. So you might, you might get involved in those types of things. I don't know if you have applied for my position of ambassador in the state that you're in, but if you'd be interested in doing something like that, then I might have a spot for you depending on, are you good at networking, reaching out to people, connecting people? If you are interested, then put your state first in all caps, and then your last name, or not your last name, but your name. So it'd be like Pennsylvania in all caps, and then your first name, and then just put in the email why you would want to like work for me. And I'm collecting all of those applications or those, initial emails to go through them later, and then call you guys and start getting some things organized for some projects I'm going to be working on in the future. So that's an option. But yeah, I just feel like if you're being drawn to, if you're really curious about crypto, and it just feels like there are a lot of new things coming out that people are going to need to get trained in, that you're going to be really good at. And it has something to do with the digital world and the new currencies, and even foreign exchanges, or helping organize something with the humanitarian project. So Spirit has its way of having you cross paths with just the right people at just the right time when it comes to your purpose. So I wouldn't worry too much about how that's all going to pull together, but maybe you could just affirm, thank you, God, so much for getting me involved in the perfect project that makes my heart just sing and makes me so proud to be a part of. And I've never been so happy in my entire life. God, thank you so much for putting this on my path. Thank you for putting me on my path. Thank you for the incredible opportunities I'm being given right now. I feel so blessed, whatever you want to say, as if it's already happened. Yeah, they're saying also to we've had a lot of people today who are like trying to get out of that lack mentality and looking at things like, I have to do X, Y, and Z to make money. And it's like, instead of using the power of the universe and the leverage of the universe, like bringing the energy, letting the energy bring it in, attracting it through the law of attraction. So, and you may not even, maybe your job is going to be so dang easy, it's not even going to seem like a job at all. Or maybe you're going to get a bunch of dong and dinar, and you're going to have a fortune, and then you can do with it as you please and give it to whoever you want to. And or you could even give it away to charities, give it away and donate it at auctions to people who've got those humanitarian projects going and all that kind of stuff. So if I were you, I'd just be putting out that frequency, just putting out the frequency of what you would say 2 to 5 years from now, if some incredible miracles have happened. Thank you guys so much for the incredible miracles that happened in my life that have brought me to this point. All these wonderful opportunities I'm being given at this time that I feel so passionate about, something like that. Okay. Okay, 3706. Hi, Amy. I've been feeling my high school boyfriend of over 40 years ago. He continues to enter my mind. I still have love in my soul for him, but not in love. I broke up with him, not in the best way. Is he thinking of me? Is this why he continues to enter my space? Are we soulmates? I'm not interested in a love relationship, but I would love to have a friendship going forward if it works out. Just so you guys know, that doesn't usually work out. Especially if you broke up with him in the past, he's going to be hurt all over again. So, I a lot of times don't feel that it's wise to have relationships of the opposite sex, because somebody always gets hurt. Somebody always loves the one person more than the other is. So they have to sacrifice themselves and their love for the other person to people please them, just to have them in their life, I'm very aware of spirit and I'm awake, but he's not. She's talking about her husband. Been married 30 years. He's pro-vax and she's not. I'm very aware of spirit and awake, and he's not. Sad that I don't feel my husband with me in the awakening. Okay, so it's like you're wanting somebody to like share with, but not necessarily be intimate with or have that kind of romantic relationship with. Oh, they just said denial. You could be the masculine in this situation. You could be the divine masculine. You could be in denial about what you feel for that person. If he's still on your mind, yeah, it could be that he's thinking of you all the time, but it would be like you feel this yearning to connect with him. So that's both of you. You're both putting that energy out there. He feels stuck. He feels really, really stuck when it comes to you. And that's probably because you're married. He's trying to get up the courage to have to like bring you some kind of clarity. Maybe, let's just see here. He's spying on you. He's been watching you, maybe through the years, watching you on social media or something. He does want a new beginning. That would be wish fulfillment for him. He's been working on loving himself so that he can give back to you. He does feel you're some type of true love, and he's got regret that he didn't fight for you. He just said he regrets not fighting for you. He might be getting a divorce if he's married to somebody, and he's trying to move away from that situation to come, cultivate things with you. He wants to make a major decision to come cultivate things with you because he does think about you all the time, and he wants to lay the burden down. He loves you. He still loves you, and he doesn't want to miss out on the love of his life. He wants a new beginning and a clean slate. But, I think you need to take a good look at the situation and see that maybe the man that you're married to may not be the man for you anymore. Maybe, you just had him through a period of your life and you guys needed each other for a while. Now that you're not going the same direction in life, and now that you're kind of not on the same page, and you don't have, if you're not being fulfilled in that relationship, then I don't know what the purpose would be in being in it, So maybe, masculines are known for being people pleasers. I'm just saying, maybe you want to watch go to my playlist, all about true love, and watch how that plays out. I would watch my video, The Divine Masculine's Ultimate Test. Look for that video. And because it feels like you might very well be somebody who's pushing away the love of your life. So, that's interesting. So apparently Spirit feels like you need to hear this. You need to mind your own business and focus on loving yourself the way that person or people can't love themselves. In doing so, you are healing the world. So maybe some projection going on. Oh, that might be your husband. So be conscious of your breath and sensations in your body more often. Splitting your attention between your body and the material world increases your peace, vitality, and intuitive abilities. So maybe you'll get past any denial by being really present in the moment and getting out of the stories you've been telling yourself. Learning how to self-soothe is a mandatory step to liberation and loving others in a healthy way. Rely only on you for the comfort you seek, and you'll be set free. Shortcuts never pay off. At the end of the day, make the decision that'll make you smile as you drift off to a peaceful slumber. A setback is just a chance to regroup and get creative. You might even come up with a better plan as a result. Embrace the opportunity and try to see this through new eyes. You're in this to inspire and be the example. Quit banging your head against the wall doing the same darn thing. Mix it up and do something different. Get out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself. Grab one of these. Unlimited ideas. So think outside the box as to what's possible. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. Windfall of abundance coming. An increase in abundance is arriving in many different forms, some of them unexpected. Be open to receiving and know that this abundance comes to you to support your life purpose, health, and charitable work. So they said, jump on the opportunities you're going to be given soon, including this guy in the near future. We've gotten that card a lot. There must be a lot of change going on in the next few months. Perfect timing, big, happy changes. So that's awesome. Okay. Okay, so this one's a long one. Let me take a drink. Okay. 3715. She's got 4 questions. My dear Amy, thank you for all that you do. Question number 1. I had a kidney transplant 18 months ago and was on dialysis for 6 years before that. My energy is still so very low, and days when I sleep all day. I also have nerve damage to the feet, which is so painful and makes walking difficult. This has my life in a holding pattern. Can you suggest anything for the nerve damage and energy? Yeah, I'll work on it. But I feel, hang on. Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to recommend something else, but Spirit said that they feel like Qigong would be best for you. So I have a really good routine that I do personally that's in my resources page all the way at the bottom, and it's called More Energy, More Life. So try to get your hands on that and do it at least 3 times a day. And it feels like it's something that you're going to really like and really get into. So there's some reason that it's kind of like a life purpose thing, and like you're aligning with something that you were meant to do in this life. Is it feels like you used to be like a qigong master or something. It's going to bring something back to you that's that you're just absolutely going to love. And I see you doing qigong outside too. Okay, and you want to try to do qigong in the same place every time you do it as much as possible, because it builds up energy in that area. Okay. Number 2, wait, let me work on it too. Hepim homa on that chain sase laki hapan ai o oma shin chain la ai ke ela an ai ha ha bomba ke laki nate ha he in sanse shipe hepum pabo okay ends hala anati na take ela sanse hama mama hama nate na shi laki hala hoka ahi epa huma an sansela chichen chain ha lucky ins sa la a pinching chain ha la he na again ai. You could also get in subscribe to my daily boost, because I feel like that would just give you just a little bit more like push toward, it would give you more chi. It would give you more chi. It would support you in your qigong, because you're supposed to do it. Like if you have a big condition like you or a chronic condition, you should do it like 3 to 5 times a day. But they're saying the daily boost would like give you extra chi, so that you, I mean, that would end up being like at least 2 hours worth of qigong every day. And I doubt that you'd be able to do that. So they're saying that I would be the additional chi to you having to do it like for 2 hours or whatever. Okay. 2, I was an interior designer and do the occasional color consult, which I can do from home. I have been looking into healing work, but can't feel anything. And how can I heal others when I can't heal myself? But I can't feel anything. And how do I, it's really just, do you have any suggestions for earning in the future? Okay, let me just fill that out. Don't worry about it. It's hard to heal yourself. It is a hard thing to do because we get in our own way, and I feel like sometimes Spirit's saying also, sometimes you need support from other people. Sometimes you have to get out of your own way and feel nourished and supported and loved by other people. So sometimes that's the purpose behind it as well. So, don't give yourself a hard time because you can't heal yourself. Just go get the support that you need and, be positive with yourself in your own mind. See things from a positive perspective. It sounds like you need to do like, thank you, God, for my misery for it. Thank you, God, that I've had all this pain happen and that I haven't been able to heal myself, and write all the benefits and advantages as to why that's actually a really good thing. Yeah, I think that'll really bring you some really good insights about that. In terms of the colors and things, I think you could really make something of that. I think that you could be really great at it. And I think that, oh, colors. Is it just colors, or do you do like the whole design? Do you have a virtual design? I feel like you might end up getting like a virtual design app or something that you use on your computer to help you with this, and you can design somebody's entire home. You, my multifunctional, eco-friendly, interesting. You might, it feels like you need to get connected with some architects or people who are involved in some healthy projects, like some humanitarian projects that are geared toward designing homes in a different way that's beneficial for people. And I feel like when you get hooked in with some people as partners, they're going to refer a lot of people to you. So you're going to have to just meet some, like, this is one of those things where, like, don't get overwhelmed with like pulling this all together and trying to figure out how in the world you're going to do it. Instead, just put out your prayers, put out those affirmations, being like, thank you, God, so much for pulling everything that Amy said together for me. Thank you that I hardly had to lift a finger or do anything. It just all happened magically for me and just fell in my lap. Thank you, God, that solutions come without me even having to ask. Thank you so much that I feel so completely supported in this way. Thank you, God, that you're always bringing me a stream of income, no matter whatever is going on in my life and no matter what, kind of twists and turns and whatnot. And no matter how many different things that I'm juggling, it always seems to work out to my advantage. Start using affirmations that way as well. Yeah, I feel like you could totally be supported with that. And for some reason, I just feel like you're going to be working with humanitarians. There's going to be a whole rush of them. There's going to be a whole bunch of them you're going to find out about in the future. And I feel like you're gonna help them help them design new homes somehow, or help them come up with color palettes for these things. So try to if you ever hear somebody talk about how they're involved in a humanitarian project, reach out to them and offer to connect and help in that way. Just be like, I'm really great with color. I'm really great with this, that, and the other thing. I have a vision for how homes can be. And I'd be excited to, even do something voluntarily or something to kind of prove yourself or show what you can do, or just say, I'd love to work with you somehow and figure out how I could plug into this, and then how I might be able to even help others with it as well. So it feels like you need to be a little bit assertive with it. Like you need to or maybe there's going to be a time in the future when you hear something or see something, or somebody announces that something's going on. That's when you jump on it. But in the meantime, you might want to invest in the app and stuff like that, so you're ready to roll. And maybe just use your imagination, do a divine guidance council meeting and use your imagination and try to think of like, what could I do with color and interior design to help these humanitarians with their projects with these homes and stuff. Maybe you could even look online on what type of projects are these people working on? What are they trying to create? What are some homes of the future? Like maybe that would be a good search, homes of the future. And then just come up with some ideas and do some daydreaming as to what you could provide and how you could hook up. Because once you are with like one humanitarian and they use you for a project or something and you do a good job, it could, they could tell all their friends and it'd be like, hey, you should use, her for this, that, and the other thing. And they'll all use you. So you just got to get hooked into those guys. I would really kind of maybe somehow create a niche in that market. Okay. 3. My daughter has global developmental delays. What does that mean? Comprehension, among other things, make it very hard for her and for me to have any suggestions to improve her or a mini healing. Global developmental delays. Huh. Okay. Hama natin sa sishiin na hapon. Pagkaulaan say. What is that? Chinche la que piensa. Does she drink a lot of water? I just put this thing on Telegram. I mentioned it earlier too, I know. But there's a D word that's in our water that you could look up my Telegram, the video in there about water, and listen to that. It feels like she has too much of that. She's got too much of that stuff in her water. Think she's drinking too much water. And it feels like she's going to go to a med bed, and the med bed's going to help her. Oh, it could be because of your association with the humanitarians. Like somehow you're going to get plugged into a network, and they're gonna get her healed. They said then she'll be a force to be reckoned with. Feels like she runs around promoting something, like maybe promoting the med beds, or I see her super excited, like spreading the good news, like she's the biggest advocate in the world. So whatever this is leading to, it's going to be great. I am sure the years of challenges with her father, with no longer wants to anything to do with him, hasn't helped, along with losing her home. Okay. All right. So question number 4. Sorry, you must be fed up with me at this point. Daughter did have a little part-time job, which she absolutely loved, working in a kindergarten, and the children loved her as she has such a gentle nature. However, under the current mandates across the board here in New Zealand, she is unable to work as she has taken the jab, unable to work because she has taken the jab. That's usually the reason people can work. Do you have any suggestions, or can you see any work for her in the future? Yeah, that thing I was just feeling into. I think she's going to be working for you and these humanitarians, like promoting something like is she going to do stuff with kids again? I don't think she's going to go back to kids again. But bringing joy and having fun with something, and running around telling good news. What is she doing? She may sneak off and do stuff with kids sometimes, but it's not going to be like a regular thing. She's going to have plenty of money. And it feels like she's not even going to really need to do a job. Feels like she has things just provided for her, and then she plugs in. I feel like she's helping you. She's super excited to help you. What can I do for you today, Mom? It's like she's your personal assistant. I think she's going to be your personal assistant. Yeah. And she feels so excited about whatever you're working on. She's like your biggest cheerleader. She's going to be so excited to help you with whatever you're going to be doing. If you have any other questions or suggestions other than this, let me know. They said you're on the right track. Let's see. Abundance. See, got abundance coming. And you're going to be amongst those who also have that. So take action on that. I would be saying affirmations like crazy about lining up with them. Maybe let go of trying to control it. Let go of the old. Wait, what is wait? Compromise, wait, and no. Compromise, wait, and no. I feel like take action on what's divinely inspired, but don't try to push or force anything. You've done nothing wrong. So maybe get rid of any guilt that you might be feeling. Shortcuts never pay off. At the end of the day, make the decision that'll make you smile as you drift off to a peaceful slumber. If you had any idea how protected you are, you wouldn't spend another moment on worry. Another wasted moment on worry. Your objective right now is to continue your healing work as everything else is working out behind the scenes. Just focus on you. So let's look at the healing work. Is she going to be doing some healing work as well? Yeah, you are. I just saw your hands like rubbing together. So maybe it's Reiki or something. Yeah, so yeah. I feel like that's just going to be something fun that you do sometimes every once in a while. Like I see you going to some kind of a like almost like a med bed clinic and offering your services up for free. If you were someone else, what would you think of your life? We've gotten that a lot today. So important that we pull back away sometimes and take a good look. You know in your gut this isn't right. What is that? What is this? Something they said, face it. You need to face. There's something you need to face because you're in this to inspire and be the example. So no shortcuts and no guilt. Let it go. You know what that is. Okay. 3718. The past few weeks, I've been losing so much hair. I haven't been stressed until now due to all the hair loss. Why am I losing my hair? Or what could I do? Let me work on it. Chemicals in the water, chemicals in something that you're drinking. They're what do they call things that are cancer causing? They have that in them. What can she do to clear the water? What can she do to Is there something that she could do you want her to get the water that doesn't have the D word in it? It's very expensive from what I understand. Is there another shortcut to that? They were like, no. Is there something that can help heal her body? Okay. Oh, okay. That would work for her to, okay. Cut back. They said cut back on whatever it is you've been drinking. Or switch to something different. And they're talking about antiagingbed.com. Look at their bio shields. Try to get a bio shield or a bio shield. They come in like bundles, I think, like you get a number of different ones or whatever, and just rub the bio shield over your head a lot. Just a few times a day, just rub it in your hair. And it's going to stimulate the hair growth. What is I just went to ask what you're drinking and I just got water again. It's a good thing I just watched that yesterday. They said you're up to your eyeballs in it. So you're drinking too much of whatever you're drinking too much of. That's what it is. Is there anything else that's causing the hair loss? Like anything energetic? Yeah. I feel like you arguing with your mother about her feeling like you have to look and be perfect or something. And you're like rebelling. Like, it's like in a weird. It's like in a past life, you rebelled at some glorious moment where you actually did the right thing and you like shaved your head and you were like, Mom, it doesn't matter how I look. It's not based on how I look or being perfect on the outside. It's what's on the inside that matters. So it's somehow coming back as a reminder of that. That how we look doesn't matter. It's our belief. Yeah, you have to believe that this is a temporary situation that will pass. You have to accept it as it is and just know, like when I had the skin cancer, I was like, well, I guess I'm ugly now. I guess I'm just gonna have to, all right, I'm willing to be ugly. That's okay. And I really did have to do that. I had to like totally accept it because I didn't know if it would ever stop. So, yeah, and I guess I'm just going to not do videos anymore. You have to radically accept things sometimes in order for them to change. And that is when things really started shifting, is when I was okay with it being how it was. I was like, I guess if I have to do this for years or whatever, I guess I will, um, so, so do the thank you God for my misery exercise with it. It could help you do the radical acceptance around it and everything else. Thank you, God, that I'm losing my hair. Thank you, God, that I don't know what to do about it. Thank you, God, that I'm ugly. Thank you, God, whatever that brings up for you, whatever it brings up for you. Thank God for those things, and then work it out. I'm also getting pine. With peppermint also, or just pine? Pine and peppermint. It's like Christmas. Put Christmas on your head. Or maybe it has something to do with Christmas. Something that happened at Christmas. Something happened at Christmas, maybe. But I do feel like also, I guess you just use the bio shield and then also put peppermint and pine on your head. Is this nanobots? Is this having to do with nanobots? So you might want to do like a heavy metal cleanse as well. So I feel like there's something having to do with nanobots in there too. Yeah. Oh, anti-aging bed also has a sauce that's a heavy metal. It gets rid of heavy metals. So maybe get a bio shield and get the sauce, the heavy metal detox sauce. Maybe just get those two things and it should help. Yep. And when your hair starts to grow back a little bit, encourage it, talk to it. Good job. You're doing great. That's exactly what I wanted you to do. You're so beautiful. Start talking really positively to your hair as it grows out when it does. Okay. Last person. 30 feels so long today, doesn't it? Okay. 3720. I've just been blabbing, I guess. 3720. This is okay. I had 2 emergency readings this weekend regarding text messages with my divine partner. You said I would get a message in the night on how to respond, and I did. I ended up sending him a text this morning. Can you please look into how he feels about me asking that question that I did? Is this going to bring us closer together or push us apart? Okay. With true love, everything pushes you together, even if it pushes you guys apart temporarily. Like the pushing apart is always only temporary. But everything that happens between the two of you always ultimately drives you guys to be, close together again. So he felt like celebrating, and he also felt like he wanted to start a new adventure that he is wondering if he's worthy of yet. So he was really, really happy that maybe that you wanted to know, or maybe that you're still talking to him, Let's see here. Wow. He thinks you are his dream come true. He feels like you are his legacy, and he wants to hold on to you in his heart space. He doesn't want to let you go. He wants to build a foundation with you. He's trying to manifest something. Let's see here. Let me put more cards down. Trying to figure out a way to make his dreams come true with you. Like really wanting to make this happen. Let's see. Yeah, he wanting to come out of hiding and hold on to you. Wanting to manifest you guys being full of joy and happiness, maybe even having kids and stuff. He wants to break free of his self-imposed prison. He's worried that, he really values your emotional intelligence. He thinks you'd make an incredible mother. He's just he needs to get up the courage to confront this and get past the people pleasing. conflicting opinions. Maybe he's talking to people who are like giving their advice, like you should do this and you should do that. And he's like, I don't want to listen to any of it. Like I know intuitively, I just have to get up the courage to really give her some clarity. And then he wants to break free a single person and go forward very quickly with you to have a brand new start. He doesn't want to miss out on you. He knows he can't do this to you anymore. But let's see, you have 9 cups and 1 cup. So that's 10 cups. So that's like knowing you'd be really happy and fulfilled with that person and starting to love himself enough to take a good look and want to get back. He's strategizing as to how and when to like really get back to you. And he wants to give you a lot. And this is, yeah, he wants to give you that clarity and have a victory with you. He's spying on you and thinking about you all the time and in a very passionate way. He just is trying to come up with strength to, he wants to transform the brokenheartedness between you guys. He wants to fix it. And he really, really doesn't want you to sneak off to some other person. He wants to fight for you. See, we have the 7 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So again, with like eight wands, yeah, going forward very quickly into something. He doesn't want to wait anymore. I don't see any guilt here. I don't see any guilt. So it's possible it's not true. Emperor and the Husband card wants to be in his power and be really grounded and mature with you and possibly be a husband. He is apologizing and walking away from something, so it's possible that it is true. But it's like the focus is completely on you and trying to make it right by you. He knows you're brokenhearted and he doesn't like that at all. So he really wants to do something about that. He just said, how do I fix it? How can I fix it? He wants to fix it in the near future. Jeez, that card. Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. I just thought I was like unlikely that he's with someone still. And yes. So big happy changes coming. Success. Okay, let's see what his cards say. Because the cards we got over the weekend were about one of them did kind of insinuate that he was with somebody. I'm on my way to you right now. I'm so excited. I may have to lay low till I get there so no one tries to stop me. Oh my God, I can't wait to see you. Okay. Headed your way. I just saw headed your way. Now I feel like he's not with that person. Did he break up with that person? I got a yes. Like he was just on the verge maybe, and then he went through with it. Oh, I want to make love to you like you've never experienced before. I want intimacy with you in every way possible. I'm going through a major test of faith right now. And I'm trying to stay positive, but it's hard. It just feels like life's against me. But I know I'll make it across the finish line and hold you in my arms when I pass the test. Don't be surprised if I show up at your door. I'm dealing with a stalker. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe he had already broken up with her, but she's still in his life because she's watching every move he makes. Wow. When it comes to special occasions, I'm a deer in headlights. I'm afraid to get involved and do something to screw us up so I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. So, maybe that's why he's been kind of short and, things like that is because he's just like, he just freezes. If I haven't said it to you yet or in a while, I love you. I'm open to planning or relocating to be closer to you. I don't want to sabotage myself. He's afraid he's going to sabotage himself somehow. Everybody's got that insecurity when they finally go do something like this, you know, they always feel that way. So just let him work through his fears. All right, what's the advice you want to give her, Spirit? Stay put. I just heard stay put. So really don't do anything. Let him do it. You just be, you know, using affirmations and being just know that the right things are coming to you. It's not always about being, it's not about always being positive. Negativity is a part of having an ego. It's about catching yourself being negative and picking yourself back up again as quickly as you can. You can heal yourself. Your thoughts are and words are stronger than you realize, and your body's listening. So try it. Please just let go. You're clinging too tightly to what it is that you want as if it's eluding you. This is only pushing it away. So have faith it's coming because it is. When spirit urges you, it's time to take action. Train yourself to pay attention to those nudges and act on them very quickly. If you had any idea how protected you are, you wouldn't spend another wasted moment on worry. Take your time making this decision. You'll know when it's time to take action. Don't worry, you won't miss this window. The situation has just come back around so that you can choose differently and pass the test this time. You have evolved past this. You just need to own it. Okay, so don't worry, you know, just let it go as best you can. It's felt like pulling one of these. Your dreams need a practical plan. Hold your vision. So you're manifesting it. Don't let pride get in your way. Maybe when it comes to you guys talking, or maybe don't take it personally as if he's rejecting you or something. Meditate and contemplate on this. And prosperity lies ahead. Okay. I'm going to give you a question to ponder. What is my mission in life? What is my mission? And what is your mission with him? What are you guys going to do together? Be daydreaming about that. That's some great manifesting stuff right there. Okay, everybody. So it's time to do our general blissing. Whatever you want to help, whether it's your own personal situation or something in the world or whatever. Just think about it. As long as it's for the highest good of everybody involved and it respects everybody's free will, then the energy will be amplified as I do this blessing for you. Hamanatain sa seshi na haike e la na popo maon. Sheke he la na shene tina popo maan. Hai la kens. Shesan. Hala poho maakena. Titihin sa ascension tiki e poho maan. Ela ashin. Hala akepon. Hapepo maona ai. A shin si he la kens. Papa ha maana taila. Ooh. Okay. You guys have yourselves a beautiful day. If you want to get on the next Q&A next week, please submit your questions at amysatori.com/askamy and do so before Saturday night because I usually shoot these on Sundays. So I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.